Oh my God. Now hold on just a minute. Okay, I'm here. So that's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking. Okay, I'm here. Wait a minute. I know I'm here. Okay, right. So what I saw him do is do that. Man, we had like 50 people in the stream, man. Golly. They're like, oh, I'm done. I'm going to go watch somebody else now. Okay, yeah, I got that. I did that.
The same on my audio. Simply press do it, and now we've created a transition drop on this part of our song. You also have a list of editing features per track. If we hold down the track, you will see a pop-up. Here we have everything from delete track, half speed, through to bouncing samples and audio tracks. This is great if you want to take a particular part of a loop and bounce it down to an audio track. We can also
erasing is the easy part, but like say pasting where you want it to paste.
The track and the part you want to edit and double tap. Now I can use all my
pasting where you want to paste is another thing.
Where I can cut my audio. We can move the section just by moving the region around on the screen. And this makes it really fast if you like working with audio files. Now we can do the same with MIDI. We simply select the track where we have our MIDI information, open up the editor, and from here we can use our toolbar and go in and edit all of our MIDI notes.
We're not dragging sections like that, though.
Directly in the arranger to our tracks and even our masters and our buses. If we press the bus tab, here we can access our master channel. So we can scroll down, find our outputs 1 and 2, open up our track editor, and here we simply add new, and we're going to add our air filter, and we're going to add a cutoff at the beginning of our song, and we simply draw it in our timeline. This allows us to add automation to the whole song structure.
Yeah, so that MIDI doesn't move around like, so in Studio One, you got clips, you know, you can move stuff left and right, but otherwise you can't really mess with that MIDI like that unless you go into the note editor and do it that way. But that kind of...
So now we're coming to the end of our chorus. So we put the number in here. We're going to move that to bar 16 and then copy it twice.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about the software crashing.
In no time at all, just from 4 bars. So we can now play this back.
Yeah, the copy bars, I agree, Netta. So the thing is, it's like it's easier to trim away from what you have as far as data is concerned, but it's harder to put back MIDI data. 100% certain that the okay. What's up, Ghetto Style? So to answer your question, it's intuitive till you start to wanting to do real DAW stuff. So right now MIDI has no clip containers, right? Now we saw like in the Andy Mack video, right? I should be able to copy and duplicate and paste events here, like how I do the audio. I can't do that with the MIDI. So that part is not intuitive. Like for instance, if I want to select this area here, let's say I select this area here, right? And I erase. That's easy to do. I can go here, and I think this is erase. Yeah, I can hit erase here, and it applies to only the track, and now that data is gone right there. Only. Right? But in redundancy and working in the computer world, if I highlight that area and I say, I need to copy. I want to copy this. Copy sequence. I don't want to copy the sequence. I don't want to see what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. Here's the conflict. Here's the conflict. Sequence edit. But if I hit erase track, it only applies to the track. It only applies to the track. But if I want to delete, like, if I want to clear it, it clears the arrangement. So, oh, look, I cleared the arrangement by accident, but I can undo and get it back. You understand what I'm saying? So if I hit copy bars, right? It'll copy right. Oh, that's a weird thing. So copy bars doesn't allow you to copy and select where you want it to go. Unless, say, I do this. I do this. I know erase is going to get me here. I know erase is going to get me here. If I hit this, copy bars, replace, it's going to put them things back. Let me do it again, because sometimes I'll be forgetting what the heck I'm looking at. See, copy bars do the whole thing. But I was just working on the track. See, you understand what I'm saying? Shift. I can't shift copy here. I'm hitting shift right now. Shift gives me track markers. Shift gives me track markers in this screen. Copy bars copy all the tracks. Now, if I go here and I hit shift, now we got cut, copy, paste. But now how do I select by bar the events inside of the track without using my finger? Because my finger will mess up. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, let me just, you see what I'm saying? I don't want to work like that. When I'm in my studio mode, I want quantized selection. You understand what I'm saying? I want quantized selection for MIDI. It looks really intuitive. Yeah, it's really intuitive for audio, but on MIDI, that's where growth needs to take place, or by numbers. So if I want to copy events, I need to make sure that I'm not working on bar 25. Let's pay attention. Let's look at this arranger. Okay, let's act like we're in the studio. The client wants me to copy bar 8 all the way through 16 to bar 17. Right? So I have to make sure I want to paste that 17, copy events, start. Where do I want to start this paste at? 17. I messed up somewhere. Yeah, I can do that, William. They're gonna get it. Like I said, this is good. This is the feedback I can send. right? So I just messed up right there. I know that I want measure 17, measure 8, 7, 8, 9 through 16. Copy events. 9 through 17. Where do I want you to paste that? 17. Do it. See, it didn't do it right there. And it's probably user error. That's my problem. Like, I want to have one button so I can just highlight the error and put that. I'm sorry. I just want to put that right there. Can I just put this data right there without thinking too hard? That's all. And grill is for copy and paste. You see what I'm saying? Long press it. Long pressing. I'm long pressing. Now, if I long press here, I get this. Copy events. Copy events. I may need to start over so I can grid. To get there without creating conflicts, to treat events in a destructive fashion. Like, yeah, I feel you. Okay, give me measure 18 then. See, that's not. Copy, right. So that's what I'm saying. Copy events. So here's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm thinking here. This is the paste where it says 2. I know you can't see that, but that says 2. I might just start over. Arranger is for sequence, grid. Grid is for copy and paste. Right, but here's the thing. The client wants to do it. The client wants to do it here. This is what I'm getting at. The client, thank you for subscribing, Rhythm City. The client wants to do it here. The client don't want to do it here. The super producer that got the Lamborghini, he's like, dog, why do I gotta do it here, man? How come I can't do it here, dog? Is events the automation? Yeah. Right. Copy bars. Okay. Copy bars. Now that did that. That did that right there. That's good. That's good. But that's over here. Why isn't that over here? Does anybody see what I'm saying? And I'm kind of nitpicking. Rocky, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate you. I'm so glad so many of you have came back after my software crashed on me. I really appreciate that. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Let's undo. But here's a gotcha though. It did this track too. I didn't want to do this track. Let's do that again. I want to paste measure 8 through 16, starting at measure 17. If I hit edit, copy bars, you do have to tell it where to go here though. Merge. See that? It put it all there. It put it all there. I just wanted this track. Not the program, I'm the learner. Yeah, but I like to break stuff. to make it better to say, hey, this is how it's broken. This is how we can fix it. But I need a container. I need a container. Right? Y'all follow me? I need a container like audio has containers. You say, oh, I'm looking at what you're saying. Hold track, select copy events under where it says to, change the track to match the name of your current track. Okay. Copy events. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I missed something there. I missed it. To track plugin. Okay, look at that. 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 Okay. I'm going to hit replace. Very good. Very good. Very good. We did not paste. Yeah, I'm probably messed it up. We did not paste this information here. We only did this one. But we had to pay attention. So look at this again. Here's a mess up though. Why would, if I'm starting here on the sequencer track, drum track, I'm on the drum track. Okay. I hit copy events. Why is this my plugin now? Why doesn't this just say boom back? You know, so this is a fix that can happen. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Now the sequence, I see what you're saying. Sequence holds the whole thing. It holds the whole thing. It holds the whole thing. It's all there. It holds the whole thing. But if I hit merge, I'm just going to get that there. But if I did it the wrong way, copy from it. Yeah, I feel you. Right. But I think RAM, I agree with you, but I think RAM, by default, the MPC should know that you're in context of talking about the same track. Right. So let's just try and start something new with a kit. We're just going to use a kit and just kind of mess with that a little bit. Okay. I'm going to do a new project and then I'm going to get off of here. And we're going to work on messing with the MIDI because we saw how easy we can drag audio on the videos. But this is a good learning experience. New project. So we starting fresh. This MPC is fresh. I don't have anything installed right now. Okay, I don't want that kit. I want a different kit. So menu, let's browse. Let's browse. I am logged in. What the heck? I know I'm logged in. Now I know good and well I'm logged in on this thing. But I think it has a activation though. Y'all heard that weird noise? I'm just gonna load anything. Now, if it tells me to update it, I gotta run a network cable to this thing to reactivate it because this is the MPC 1. It does not have Wi-Fi. Ooh, that drum kit is just a little. I don't like too crazy of a. I'll just use the same kit I was using before. All right. Beta's not public yet. Not yet, but it will be. I think they said 2 weeks on it. Thank you, Will. So I'm just going to make a 2-bar loop. Ooh, I was real late on that. Okay, so I know I got this here, right? I got a drum kit, right? So let's see. I don't got my sounds on this thing. Golly. So limiting. And my expansions ain't on here either. I copy that for Knox. I copy that browser. Golly. Dang. Okay. So I'm just trying to find a little air. I get a little bored with that. So, okay. What happened to my other kit? What happened to my other kit? What happened to my other kit? Oh, so you better load another kit. You better load another kit. You better get you another kit. Browse. Okay. All right, so that's track 2. Let's turn that down. And I'm just sort of kind of making a very simple, definitely hit that sub if you're new here. I will really appreciate it. Okay, so we got this. All right, I'm gonna add another track, new track. I'm gonna get a little bass line popping. Just put it on here like that. Let's browse a good sound. Go back to the note thing. Okay, so we have 3 tracks right here, right? I'm going to duplicate the sequence because that's how we're doing this. We can double the length, and double the length. We got a whole thing right here. We got a whole bunch of stuff here, right? Okay, so now let's say I want to erase the bass line, long press, delete track. I want to delete the bass line right there. I know this will do it, erase. That's plugin 1. Erase. Plugin 1. I know that works. Actually, there is a duplicate track function. Probably not, but I'm having fun learning. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm having a blast learning this. At the end of the day. Right, so I want to do that there. I want to do that there. Erase it. Now, this is how I saw them do it on the video. Erase that. Boom. Wrong track, though. Undo. Select that. Erase. Do it. Now, I got this here. Baseline. So I was able to put that in there. I like I can move the playhead back and forth like that. Put that little breakup in there so I can go over here and highlight that bar back over there. And I want to take those drums out there, hit erase. Erase. Boom. Okay, cool. For another track, I can add another one. Plug in. Let's go to the main. Let's select the. I'm trying to get that height, but oh, let's see if Fabric is loading properly. There is a possibility. Oh, so you can duplicate track right there. Duplicate track with events. Duplicate track. Interesting. So let's do that. Duplicate track. Okay, let's browse the. Is it not? I'm struggling here. Okay. Right, that's what I'm saying. That the MIDI, I feel like it's a must-have. I think the MIDI should have containers. I really do. I feel like the MIDI should have some containers. So let's go back here because I think I had a section. You talking about like a list view, enter MIDI? Yeah, I don't have a MIDI controller hooked up right now. So I can't really play MIDI right. This is a very impromptu session. There will be more. But I don't have anything MIDI hooked up right now. Oh, like a MIDI file? I don't think so. Here we go. 2, 3, and. Okay, so let me hear that. That's cool. I can just play that in there. Now I have another track here. That's a different plugin. What up, Jay? Thank you so much for that donation. Thank you for hitting that donation. Thank you for blessing me. I appreciate you so much for that. let's find another sound here for that though. Bring that back. But it takes some time to load. I noticed that this needs some time to load. Stone Paxton, legendary Stone Paxton, what's up, man? Hey, just learning this platform. That's cool. So we just kind of built. See, I gotta find. I don't know if I got a MIDI controller. I could really chord some stuff in here. So that's cool. I have no expansions in this. Illinois in the building. Yeah, man. We just chilling. Stone Paxton. I don't know if you're still here, man. We just learning this platform, man. And having fun diving into something new, and it's rewarding. Even though I wrestle with it, you got to wrestle with it because it's a different mindset. To go from working with small sequences to going to song mode and then making that big sequence and then, doing your song that way to kind of build from one small idea and then DAW it out. It's a different workflow, but it's fun. New track. I'm gonna see if my piano will load up. I was sort of kind of rushing and wasn't being patient with this platform. With the piano, God, I like to use the piano, stage piano. It's funny. All the keyboards here, and I don't have like a dedicated MIDI controller hanging around like that. Oh. Just playing pads. That works. I need a MIDI controller. Would y'all be patient with me if I found me a MIDI controller somewhere? I know I gotta have one sitting around here somewhere. Golly. Because I want to play now. I want to play. I'm inspired to play. Jeez. I do have a MIDI controller. I don't want to pull. I'm gonna do it anyway. Y'all bear with me while I just pull a MIDI controller. It's a big one. I wanted to use a small one. Audio is a little trickier. I don't have a mixer set up, so I can't do audio yet. But what I will do this stream. I'm going to use this thing. I'm just going to hook up to it. May the Lord watch between me and thee when we're absent from another. Amen. Okay. Okay, MIDI, what's up? I see you talking to me, but I don't what's going on? But that's the only problem. You can't take that and like slide it back and forth. You can't do that. You're locked right there. So that's a little bit of a... What happened? We're gonna try and break it. Let's see here. Add another plugin. Let's see here. Let's go to the Jura. Where's the Jura at? See, when I got my piano going and this is cool. String. Pads, soft. All right, Katana, that's your first warning. Don't play with me on my stream. Don't play with me on my stream. You like talking about some crazy stuff right now. Don't. This is your warning to stop. DMG, how are you? I mean, it's cool to kind of stay on that, but like, say, So we got that, but let's say I want to copy the whole thing. So if that's kind of tricky. So like say I want to do this and I want to copy the whole sequence, double the length. We're here. I got this whole thing. So what I'm trying to do now is kind of do like a different section. So this section right here, I want to take out those chords and do like kind of like a mini section there. So if I hit that, edit, erase, do it. And then maybe do a... But then let's bring the playhead back here. And I want to erase that information right there. Bring that playhead back a little bit. Bring that playhead back a little bit. Bring that playhead back a little bit. Well, I believe that the part I'm playing on is still on the same sequence. So the sequence is now 32 bars long. We went from 4 bars to 8 bars. Now we're in a 32 bar sequence. So we are like, so we're in there like, so yeah, I mean, so it's all there. So that's a whole different section than from right here. That's this. But let's say I want to repeat that. I want to repeat that. So, I mean, I want to repeat that. Thank you, Bonsai Panda. This is a sequence. You talking about the sync? I don't understand what you're saying. I'm sorry. I don't really follow you. Because this is a sequence. I feel you. Yeah. But I don't want to get rid of my other stuff. But I can't take all of this, cut it. Or maybe I can. Let's see something. This is going to be a little complicated. But I know that if I go to the sequence and I add bars here, can I add bars? I can't add bars there. Insert bars. Before bar 32. 18, 19, 20. So let's see. Let me see if I can insert bars before bar 21. And I want 4 of them. Look at that. I made some space. Now I made some space. Okay. So I want this data. Oh, there it is. Boom. I did it. I did it. So I created a bar. I had to think for a second, but it could be done. Let's listen to the result. Okay, and now here comes the change. How about that? I like that. I like that. That's cool. That's cool. It's a little rough around the edges to have executed that. But, you know, when you go into DAW territory, you're thinking clips and sections and all of that stuff to edit this. But here's the thing, like, because there's an option here to convert to audio track. So let's just do that. Select a clip. Bounce. So I'm bouncing this to an audio track. Boy, that processor working hard. Okay, so that's the audio track here. We got some audio. Oh my gosh, we got some audio here. Now I gotta see, how did he slice that? Oh no, not the.
Also gonna be. This really puts the. And I'm going to go to edit and I'm going to erase our first 4 bars menu just by touching the UI, which gives you some useful shortcuts. You have.
Wait a minute. Loop on, automation, retronome, Ableton, timing correct. So, okay, that's cool. But look at this, we got some audio here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh God. Whoa, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Whoa, did I really just do that a billion times? God, that was not good. How many levels of undo do I have to come all the way back? Jeez, that was not intentional. That was not intentional. I'm pushing the button to undo all these slices I just did to this audio track because quantization is not turned on right now. Or is it? I don't know. Okay. I just don't snap. I mean, that was kind of traumatic for me. Super Saiyan slice. All right. Okay. Oh, well, there's a button there. Wait, there's a button there that says split. Duh. Okay. Let's move the playhead. Can I snap my playhead? I can't snap my playhead. That's not good. So I want to slice this right here on measure 17. And I can't quite. Don't crash on live TV. The region selector at the top. So I've selected this. You're saying do it by the number? That is a good way to do it. It was off. It was off. It was off. Okay. All right. Look at that. Okay, now that feels good. That feels good. So you're telling me I can do this and erase and erase. Okay. Split. Let's look at split. Let's see what split does. Split. That is better. Split. And let's and split. There we go. Erase. See, I can do that. I can do that, which is good. But let's say I don't edit start. Can I edit start? But see, we're clicking and dragging again. We're not. See that? It's too 5 a.m. Okay. Put it on quarter notes. So let's do that. Let's go back. Let's go to my timing correction and let's put it on bar. This is different, but that's audio track, so that's a little different there. There we go. So timing correction does impact your editing ability. That's bar. Duplicate. Look at that. That's all I'm saying. See, you can do that in audio. You can do that in audio, but you can't do that with MIDI. You can't do that with MIDI. You can't, because I don't have a container to select this information. I don't have a container. But this, look at that. I got two of that right there. If you have that selection, then try to copy. I mean, you can, but that's here's the problem. So you can highlight a selection and copy. Yes, you can with MIDI notes, but I want to do it like how I can do audio. We're talking about clip containers. We got a clip container for audio, like this one right here. I don't like that one, so I can erase. No, don't erase all. But if I don't want that there, I don't want to clear the track. So how do I get rid of that? Erase. Okay. Boom. But that's cool. But like say in this MIDI data, look at that. In that MIDI data, I got this here. What I do? Hit select all. I don't have a, well, let's see, duplicate. Where did it duplicate it? I don't know where it duplicated it at. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So. Yeah. Amir, no, I don't. I don't. But yeah, guys. So I will come back later on, touch the duplication data and slide it to the right. Shift. Duplicate. I don't think I got it. But I'm really out of time. I got to get to work and I'm one of y'all. So I want to thank everybody for coming on. I know we're dialed in. Hit that lasso box. Yeah. I appreciate you guys working with me on this and just being patient with my inexperience with this platform. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. Help a brother up and subscribe or like the video and all that good stuff. There isn't a strum. I don't know. I have to look into that. But this is going to take some time to sit down with it. But y'all got to see me bumble around with this. A lot of producers won't let you see that. Well, I don't know what producers let you see or not see. No, don't quote me on that. All right, y'all. Well, y'all take care. Have a good night. Peace out. Stay out of trouble. All right, we gone.